Once, in the ancient kingdom of Elaria, where silver rivers wound like ribbons through emerald forests and mountains gleamed like white crowns under the sun, there lived a princess named Selara. She was unlike any other princess in the lands. While others were content with dances and feasts, Selara was drawn to the unknown, the hidden, the magical. Her hair, long and black as midnight, fell in waves across her shoulders, and her eyes shone with a curiosity that seemed almost unearthly. She carried herself with grace, yet there was a restless fire in her heart, a yearning for something she could not yet name. Selara's kingdom, though prosperous, carried whispers of an ancient prophecy. It spoke of a golden phoenix, a mystical creature born from the fire of the stars, whose arrival would ignite the path of destiny. Only one with courage, wisdom, and a heart pure enough could find it. Most dismissed it as legend, a story to amuse children, but Selara felt the pull of the prophecy like a secret melody only she could hear. She often wandered to the highest tower of the palace, gazing at the horizon, imagining the world beyond Elaria, where destiny waited. One evening, as twilight painted the skies in shades of violet and rose, Selara heard a faint, melodic cry from the edge of the enchanted forest. Compelled by instinct, she slipped out of the palace, moving silently past sleeping guards and into the realm of towering trees and glimmering mist. As she entered the heart of the forest, the air shimmered, and a golden light appeared, dancing upon the leaves. There, perched upon a silvered rock, was the golden phoenix. Its feathers radiated warmth and light, each plume glowing with an inner flame, yet the creature's eyes held a sorrowful depth. Selara approached with caution, sensing both power and pain. The phoenix spoke, not with words, but directly into her mind, in a voice as soft as a breeze yet as powerful as fire. "Princess Selara, the kingdom faces a fate it cannot see. A shadow rises in the east, born of greed and darkness. Only through courage and trust can you awaken the fire of destiny." The princess felt both fear and awe, but her heart, ever daring, knew that this was the moment she had been waiting for. She bowed to the phoenix. "I will help you. I will face whatever comes, no matter the danger." The golden phoenix extended its wings, and with a burst of flame that did not burn, it engulfed Selara in warmth and courage. Suddenly, visions flooded her mind, visions of mountains burning under dark clouds, rivers poisoned by shadow, and an ancient crown lost to time, one that could unite the lands and bring peace. Selara realized that her journey would not only be for herself but for all of Elaria. The destiny she had longed for was not a dream, it was her purpose. At dawn, Selara set out on her quest, leaving behind the comforts of her royal life. She traveled through forests where trees whispered secrets of old, crossed rivers that sparkled like liquid sapphires, and climbed mountains whose peaks pierced the clouds. Along the way, she faced trials meant to test her courage. A bridge suspended over a chasm challenged her with illusions of her deepest fears, her failure, her loneliness, her doubts. Yet, with the golden phoenix perched upon her shoulder, whispering encouragement and warmth, she pressed onward. Her heart, unwavering, guided her more surely than any map or compass. Days passed, and her journey led her to the valley of echoing shadows, where the air was thick with despair and a darkness that seemed alive. Here, she encountered Kael, a young warrior exiled from his homeland, who had been wandering in search of redemption. At first, Kael distrusted Selara, believing her a royal noble seeking glory. But when they were attacked by shadow beasts born from the valley's gloom, Selara's bravery and compassion revealed her true heart. Together, they fought, Kael with strength and Selara with wisdom and courage, and emerged victorious. From that moment, they became inseparable companions, bound by shared purpose and trust. The journey was not merely one of physical endurance. Selara faced trials of character. In the town of Luminara, she found people oppressed by a tyrant lord who hoarded the kingdom's wealth. She saw fear in their eyes, hopelessness in their hearts. Guided by the golden phoenix, Selara devised a plan, not with force, but with courage and cleverness. She led the people to reclaim their freedom, inspiring hope and unity. That night, as they celebrated under the starlit sky, Kael turned to her and said, "Princess, your heart is stronger than the fiercest sword. You are the light this kingdom needs. Selara smiled, though her thoughts remained on the greater danger that awaited. Weeks turned into months, and the bond between Selara and the golden phoenix grew. She learned to speak to it, to understand its ancient wisdom, and to wield the magic of its flames. The phoenix taught her not only power but patience, empathy, and the strength that comes from believing in one's own destiny. Each night, they would soar over forests and rivers, the wind whipping through Selara's hair, the sky ablaze with the golden glow of her companion. Yet, the shadow of the prophecy loomed closer with each day. Finally, they reached the Crimson Mountains, where the source of the shadow resided. A fortress of black stone, veined with rivers of molten fire, rose like a wound upon the land. Inside, the dark sovereign, a being born of hatred and greed, had awakened the long-forgotten magic of the void, threatening to consume the kingdom. Selara felt fear unlike any before, yet the phoenix's warmth reminded her of the courage within. She knew the only way to triumph was to embrace her destiny fully. The battle was fierce. Shadows rose like waves, black fire clashed with golden flames, and the mountains trembled beneath the fury of magic. Kael fought valiantly beside her, but it was Selara who faced the dark sovereign alone at the heart of the fortress. Drawing upon the teachings of the golden phoenix, she ignited the fire of destiny, a blaze of power and purity that no darkness could withstand. Light and fire intertwined, and for a moment, time itself seemed to pause. The dark sovereign shrieked, the fortress crumbling around him, and then he was gone, vanquished by the courage of a single heart guided by destiny. As dawn broke, the skies cleared, and the lands of Elaria bathed in golden light once more. Selara and Kael emerged from the ruins, weary but victorious. The people, hearing of their triumph, rejoiced and welcomed them as heroes. But Selara's heart was not set on crowns or titles. She had discovered something far more precious, the knowledge that true power lay not in ruling, but in understanding, courage, and the willingness to face the unknown. The golden phoenix, its mission fulfilled, prepared to leave. It circled above, flames trailing like shooting stars, and spoke into Selara's mind once more. You have awakened your destiny, princess. The kingdom is safe, the shadow gone, and the heart of Elaria beats strong because of you. Remember, courage is eternal, and hope is the greatest magic of all. Selara watched as the magnificent creature soared into the horizon, its glow fading into the dawn. Tears of gratitude and awe filled her eyes. She turned to Kael, who smiled and said, "What now, princess?" Selara looked toward the horizon, where the rivers sparkled like liquid gold and forests whispered promises of adventures yet to come. Now, she said softly, we live, we protect, and we let our hearts guide us. Our story is only beginning. Years later, tales of the princess and the golden phoenix became legend. Children grew up hearing of the brave princess who dared to follow her heart, of the warrior who stood by her side, and of the magical phoenix that taught the world the meaning of courage and destiny. Statues were erected in the palace gardens, but Selara never sought recognition. She continued to wander, exploring the kingdom she loved, helping those in need, and guiding the next generation with wisdom and kindness. Though the golden phoenix had returned to the stars, its fire lived on in Selara, a radiant spark in the heart of Elaria. And so, in a land where magic and reality intertwined, the princess's legacy endured. Proof that destiny is not something given, but something forged by courage, love, and the unwavering belief that even the smallest heart can ignite the flames of change. And thus, the story of Selara and the golden phoenix became timeless, a tale of fire, hope, and the unyielding spirit of a princess who dared to chase the impossible and, in doing so, changed the fate of her world forever.